Welcome to the Science and Environmental Wrap. In the headlines, NASA's Juno spacecraft loops into orbit around Jupiter, and SA in the forefront in terms of its ARV program. Starting with space news, NASA's Juno spacecraft capped a 5-year journey to Jupiter with a do-or-die engine burn to sling itself into orbit, setting the stage for a 2-month dance around the biggest planet in the solar system to learn how and where it formed. Juno will spend the next 3 months getting into position to begin studying what lies beneath Jupiter's thick clouds and mapping the planet's magnetic fields. Flying in egg-shaped orbits, each one lasting 14 days, Juno also will look for evidence that Jupiter has a dense inner core and measure how much water is in the atmosphere, a key yardstick for figuring out how far away from the Sun the gas giant formed. Jupiter's origins in turn affected the development and position of the rest of the planets, including Earth. And HIV/AIDS experts say South Africa is in the forefront in terms of its ARV program despite having a large amount of people living with HIV. The comments come ahead of the 21st International AIDS Conference in Durban next week. The conference is expected to attract close to 20,000 people from 183 countries.
Okay, so this particular conference is held every second year, and as you can see from those numbers, it's huge. Almost 20,000 delegates descending upon Durban from so many countries. And it's really a milestone, especially to have it in Durban again after the last one. The last one was held in 2000, that's 16 years ago. It's only the second time it's been held in sub-Saharan Africa again. And so I think it's very significant in that we're returning there, because when we started, that is when we were just starting with antiretroviral therapy. And as you can see again, we've come such a long way. South Africa is at the forefront in terms of our ARV program, the largest in the world, despite having the largest amount of people living with HIV. And we've made tremendous strides to get to where we are now, with so many people on ARVs, and our patients are doing well. There's still a long way to go, and that is why this conference is so important in terms of where we are now and where we still need to be in terms of getting to our goal so that one day we can hopefully eradicate HIV.
Science students from 15 universities countrywide have embarked on a 10-day voyage on aboard the SA Agulhus II as part of South Africa's first dedicated class afloat. As part of the semester, postgraduate students will study ocean dynamics, marine life, and data analysis. The students will attend lectures in the morning and spend the afternoon on deck with scientists.
Line of moorings that stretches across the Agulhus Current. So the ship is going to sail from Cape Town to East London and then move offshore for about 300 kilometers.
And the Echo Caves are the least well-known of the limestone caves. Situated just outside Aristad in Limpopo, the caves are some of the oldest in the world and were declared a historical monument. These mysterious caves were discovered in the 1920s by an owner of the farm.
And it was inhabited by Bapedi, long time ago in the 18th century, whereby I heard Bapedi used to leave one person outside the cave, and we called that particular person sentry. So then if the enemies were about to attack them, so that sentry rushed into the cave to go knock on the 2 stalactites further down, simply to warn those who were inside the cave to hide themselves away in the dark tunnels. More especially women and their children, but men went outside to fight.